Like literally,
What do you? No.
literally, what's going to happen is the enhanced version is going to become the norm, and it's basically going to change nothing.
I'm pro it. I think it was a great idea.
I think it's a great
It's a
idea
great
from
business
a business
move.
perspective.
It's a great business move. How's my hat look, Mr. Cam?
It looks great. It's my
Can
favorite
you
hat
see a lot
have.
of glare in my glasses?
I didn't think so when I looked at you.
Because I decided against the contacts today. You know,
You were lazy.
I'm lazy.
You were lazy.
I'm lazy. If you can't have me at my if you can't have me at my this, then you don't deserve me at
Honestly,
my that.
We're gonna reap the consequences
You know
of,
what I
a,
mean?
Yes,
of
we
a
are gonna-
contactless Josh tonight.
We are going to reap the consequences. I'll tell you what, though, you need to see
Yeah.
because today is very visual. And with that, welcome to the Nick Baseball Podcast, everybody. Welcome back to episode 4. Who knew we would have made it this far?
I can't believe it. 4.
I know, 4.
Crazy.
Like, that is incredible.
That's awesome.
Twice as many as last time.
Yes. So welcome back, everybody. As always, I am Nick Baseball. This is Josh.
Josh Baseball.
Josh Foul Ball. And, of course, we have Mr. Cam,
Terrible.
producer Cam.
Behind the camera.
Producer
behind the camera.
Pan.
You need to
Got
watch
the best looking behind the camera.
You need to
what
watch
can I say?
yourself. Yes,
Learn my words.
The eye candy is not on screen. So as always, I'm just going to ask you, Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. GR8.
What's so great about what's going on with you lately?
Well, I just downed half a bottle of Pinot Grigio, so I feel great.
You do, and you haven't been working. You've had a lot of time
haven't.
off.
I've had a lot of time off.
And what have you been doing with that time off?
Traveling, discovering new world cultures.
From the kitchen to
Yeah,
the
no, I've
bedroom?
been traveling from the kitchen to my bedroom and back and forth. I have run out of things to do.
Yeah.
I'm extremely bored. I looked up how to clean walls today effectively.
Okay.
So I did that. I cleaned my walls.
All right, I'm going to need you to stop. Okay, he didn't ask me how I was doing. I'll tell you what, in terms of the baseball world. Okay, I'm sorry, Josh. Had to stop you talking about cleaning walls. Okay.
Well, I was going to ask you how you were doing.
Well, ask me.
How are you doing?
Well, in terms of the baseball world, I'm doing just great. Also,
Well,
great.
are your walls clean?
My walls,
I bet they're not.
you cleaned them for me, but I'll tell you what. You know who's cleaning up, rather? Aaron Judge, okay?
Of course.
So Aaron Judge not cleaning up in terms of where he's hitting in the batting order. By the way, Josh, do you know what it means to be the cleanup hitter in baseball?
Like you just get in there and, you clean house. Like you hit the ball.
So cleanup means you're batting 4th in the lineup,
Okay.
which, the cleanup spot essentially makes it so that you could, in theory, in the first inning, have 3 guys on base, 1, 2, 3,
Right.
first, second, and third, and you could clean them up and bring them all home with 1 swing of the bat or 2 or whatever. You're the cleanup hitter. So number 4 is the cleanup hitter. However, he's been batting 3rd, and he's been batting out of his mind. Aaron Judge, folks, is all the way back. I know we briefly touched on this last episode, but I'm so incredibly happy and astounded about how Aaron Judge is doing he is going to be the very first thing that we talk about today.
True. It took us 4 episodes, and he's already back to his former glory.
He's all the way back.
Don't you worry.
So on our very first episode, the very first episode of the Nick Baseball Podcast, we were talking about how he was slumping. He was off to the worst start of his entire career. And for a player like Judge, that's not really something that you want to see. You just expect him to be great all the time. And a player like him doesn't really have a bad year. They just don't. Like
Right.
a player of his caliber, okay, just doesn't have a bad year. In April on the Michael K. Show, Don LaGreca, okay, Mr. Don Rance.
Fan of the show.
Jersey Don, he suggested to Michael, he said something along the lines of, what if this is just going to be one of those years for Judge where he doesn't have maybe a bad year, but he doesn't have a Judge-like year. He just kind of has a fine year. And Michael K., to his credit, said, no, that's just not going to happen because he's not that type of guy. Aaron Judge is not that type of guy to just have a mediocre year. Great players are great all the time, unless they're hurt. Good news is Judge is not hurt, and let's get into what Aaron Judge has been doing. So, We are now recording this on April 26th at midnight. So
Crazy.
all the stats that you're going to hear for the rest of the episode are
Happy May 26th.
yes. Okay. This episode is being recorded on May 26th at midnight. However, all the stats that you're going to be hearing today are all stats that were in place on May 25th. So if you're watching past May 25th and something doesn't sound right, that's your fault. But a month ago today was April 26th. I have it written down in my notebook, so that's why I got a little confused. Do you want to know what Aaron Judge's stats were a month ago today?
Yes. If I said no, show's over. Pack it up.
That's so true. So let me tell you what Aaron Judge's stats were a month ago today.
Okay.
A month ago today, Aaron Judge was batting 178.
Get him
Batting
out of
average
here.
was 178.
Crazy.
So as we know, that means Judge, not Josh, got a hit a little less than 2 times per every 10 at-bats he had. His on-base percentage was .317, not dreadful, but not good at all for Aaron Judge. And his slugging percentage was an awful .356, and he only had 4 home runs a month ago. It was the worst month of April that Aaron Judge has ever had in his career. It's the worst start he's ever had to his entire career. And I don't want to say that I was concerned. I didn't like it,
Right.
but I believe
I was disappointed.
I believed in my guy. But I'll tell you what, Josh was already ready to move on from Judge and get with our new friend Juan Soto.
Oh, I burned all of my jerseys, all of my Judge jerseys,
Right.
changed them to Juan Soto jerseys, as I own so many.
So let's see.
But perhaps April showers bring May flowers, right?
Yes. But the
As
goal,
they say.
the goal of today really is going to be to win back Josh in terms of rooting for Aaron Judge. So let's fast forward
Okay.
from April 26th. Now it's May 26th.
Crazy.
Judge went from 4 home runs to 17 home runs.
Wild.
He raised his batting average 105 points. He's now batting a nice .283.
Uh-huh.
His on-base percentage is .416. And his OPS, the all-encompassing stat that we all love, leads all of Major League Baseball at 1.06.
I can't.
It's safe to say not only is he all the way back, but he is all the way back to being the best player in baseball. And I don't really think there's any argument. However, there has been a lot of discussion on places like MLB Network and just, around town,
Right.
where people aren't so sure. Just to give you an idea of how much Aaron Judge has been killing it over the last month. In his last 30 games, he is hitting .373. In his last 15 games, he's hitting .426 with a .563 on-base percentage. He's getting on base more than half the time. And his slugging percentage alone is a 1.106. Okay? He's been so good, Josh. Okay? He has had 87 total bases in his last 27 games.
Right.
Okay? You know what it means to get a base, right?
Yes.
So if you hit a single, that's 1 base.
That's a base.
If you hit a double,
Double.
that's 2 bases.
2 bases.
If you hit a triple, you get 3. And if you hit a home run, you get 4. So he's got 87 total bases in his last 27 games. It's about to get crazier. Stretch those 27 games out over a 162-game season, it would crush the MLB record of 457 total bases with 511. Over 162, Judge's current pace in his last 27 games would mean that he would break the all-time record by 60 total bases with 511. That's a stat that I got from the Yes Network broadcast today. Thank you, Michael Kay and company. Do you want to know who that would beat?
Yes.
Who do you think holds the record? I want you to guess right now. Who do you think holds the record for the most total bases in a single season?
Babe Ruth.
So, guys, I'll tell you what. Josh is not a lost cause, and he's never been, because you're absolutely right.
Of course.
Aaron Judge, if this was a 162-game season, dating his pace from the last 27 games,
Right.
he would crush Babe Ruth.
Wow.
He would crush Babe Ruth, beat his total base record by 60. Unfortunately, his last 27 games aren't a full season, and he did have that month of April. But, a lot of you are not here for the numbers that I'm going to throw at you. So I just wanted to get my little Aaron Judge rant out there. He's the best player in baseball. He should be number 1 on your list. And, say I'm glazing. I don't really care. Say I'm glazing. I don't care.
He's glazing.
But let's move on. And let me just give you some advice. Okay. First of all, we love our listeners on Spotify. Love them. I love them. And in fact, most of the time, I don't know if it's just like I like Spotify podcasts, but I almost prefer people to listen on Spotify. That's the first thing that I suggest when listening to the show. However, if you have any opportunity to, now is when I would switch to YouTube. I would go to youtube.com. I'd look up Nick Baseball. If you're not subscribed, you have problems. But
we're going into a little bit of a visual segment, I take it?
The rest of the episode is going to be visual heavy.
We will paint the best picture we can with our words.
Yeah.
If you're driving, now's the time. Take your hands off the wheel, go onto your phone,
Or
and go to YouTube.
or just put your phone up right up in front of your face while you're driving.
Yeah. But
Just do it with your knees.
like it's okay. You can look at your phone when you can. But
What are we about to show?
So I'll tell you what.
Start the descriptiveness.
We
right
are
now.
not quite on what I think a few of us believe. So,
Interesting.
cryptic.
are you familiar with the term blind ranking, Josh?
No.
Okay, so you're
Is
not,
it like ranking the top 10 blind people?
no, it's not ranking the top 10 blind people of all time.
You know 10
Right.
blind people?
Yeah, do you know 10 blind people
10
of all time?
blind
Real
people.
quick. Go ahead.
Helen Keller's top 3.
Okay.
Because she's like the Shohei
Well, you
Ohtani
gotta-
of disabled.
Okay, but you have to blind rank
Deaf
her.
and blind.
So, okay, let me give you have to I want
Oh
you
yeah.
right
you
now.
can't know who they are.
Right, you need to blind rank the blind people of all time. So what that means is you're just going to get like let's say 10,
Okay.
okay? And you'd be shown a blind person like
Yes.
Helen Keller, and you'd have to put her somewhere in that top 10 without knowing who's going to be next.
Ooh, that's...
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, right.
So Josh probably doesn't know 10 blind people. He's already put Helen Keller at 3 or 2 or 1. But of course,
Definitely top 5.
A blind ranking essentially means I'm going to show Josh something, okay, and he's going to have to rank them in order in which I show, and not know what's coming next. So
Okay.
if he puts something at 5,
Ooh, I'm
then,
going to regret
then
everything.
it's
I
at
already
5,
know.
and that's all it is. So I don't know if you are familiar too much with MLB uniforms as of late, but the MLB has launched, okay, City Connect uniforms a couple years ago, and there are quite a few. As far as I know, according to Yahoo Sports, okay, 26 MLB teams have come out with a City Connect uniform, which is essentially an alternate jersey.
Okay.
Not, of course, the classic uniform that the team wears. It's alternate. And it's supposed to have connections and like little Easter eggs to the city in which they represent.
Does this jersey get played during a specific time or at a specific game, or is it just kind of sprinkled throughout the season?
I'll tell you what, as far as I know, most of the time they're going to use these City Connect uniforms while playing at home.
Okay. But it can be whenever they want.
Yeah, it's pretty much whenever they want to put it into the rotation. I know sometimes maybe a team does it on Fridays or Sundays.
It'll just be in your locker when you get there. Like,
I think
they brought out the Connect uniforms tonight.
I think they know what's coming up next.
It's holographic meatloaf again.
So I'll tell you what. We're going to have Josh blindly rank the City Connect uniforms. I'll tell you what. Most of them get a lot of scrutiny from the public. Okay?
The ones that I've seen are bad.
Yes.
I'll just say it. I see them sometimes, like the past ones in like a Lids or like a sports store. Guys, they're always so just, lackluster.
They're really focused on like the Easter eggs about the city that they almost forget that they're supposed to be good looking and marketable and that people are going to want to buy them. Now people are going to buy.
And it's such a shame because people are usually passionate about sports teams in a city because you're passionate about the city and where you live.
Yeah.
So like this is the time to make it so like, oh, it's my city, it's great. I can't believe some of these jerseys that I've seen.
Yeah.
I have not seen them this year though. Many of them.
Yes. So the City Connect uniforms don't really change. The Dodgers are potentially getting a second one, which they would be the first team to get a second one.
They would.
But I'll tell you what. So let's pretend like there's 25. Okay. And where you are going to get shown a City Connect uniform. Okay. In reverse order of when they came out. So starting with the most recent one, which is the Cardinals, going all the way back to the very first City Connect.
Sure.
And you're just going to have to place them in a spot 1 through 25. Does that sound fair?
That sounds so fair.
Okay. And, we're just going to be able to talk about these god-awful uniforms. Some of them I think are fine.
Okay.
I think they get a little too hung up, like I said, on the Easter eggs. But let's do this thing.
So what's crazy about this one, this is for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes, so that's our first one. So while I'm writing 1 through 25 on my notebook, why don't you paint the picture for the folks at home?
I'm gonna.
What's going on with this jersey?
So it's a solid red jersey. It pays homage to. I was actually wearing a St. Louis jersey on the last episode. If you were watching, it has the 2 Cardinals on the bat with very classic script. The number in the corner. It looks like it has a little St. Louis fleur-de-lis, call to the city on the sleeve. But the words on this jersey, it says the Lou.
It does say the Lou.
The Lou, like St. Louis, I get it. But the Lou
do you want to
means
explain to the folks at home what the Lou means?
The Lou is the toilet.
It is.
The Lou is the bathroom. I'm going to the Lou. I'm going to go do some business.
So I'll tell you what these City Connect
That's
jerseys,
insanity.
What these City Connect jerseys do right, in terms of all the other ones that we're going to see, most of them, is their pants are white. Okay, what we're going to see with a lot of these City Connect uniforms is their pants are going to match the jersey, which is just a dreadful look. But
Crazy.
the pants, I'll tell you what, they got it right. They're actually white.
Like I love this jersey. I love all of it. It's very classic, except the fact that it says bathroom on it.
Yeah.
It literally says toilet potty on it.
It's a little bit of a spring training uniform. I'll keep it real. It looks very spring training. It's a nice red. They don't really have a regular just red uniform. The hat is fine. It says STL. The patch on the side is cool. I do like it. We can't really see it up close, but it does have kind of like the pattern of the flag of the St. Louis flag.
That's kind of cool.
So that's something. But where do you want to put St. Louis?
It's unfortunately just the vibe of a City Connect jersey. This is going to be one of the best ones that we see.
You think so?
I think I'm going to put it at number 4.
At number 4. Okay.
Wow.
So Josh
is that low or high? Do you think?
Hey,
Well, what do you mean by 4? Like
top
fourth
4.
best. He's putting it at 4th best.
Okay. You're ranking,
Everything
not mine.
about it is great. It says pee pee poo poo potty time on the front.
The only thing
Literally.
I don't know if Nick, if this is what you're talking about, but it's got pinstripes on it, but they're also red.
Yes, because they're not trying to
It
be.
looks solid red.
Yeah, the stripes are like the pattern of the flag, the St. Louis flag. It's not trying to be too out there. Like if we look at the St. Louis flag,
Which shout out to
it's this pattern.
cities having flags, by the way.
You see this pattern right here?
I like that flag.
That is what is on the jersey.
Yes.
It's just a little hard to see.
It's just mostly classic. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, and if the Lou didn't mean toilet, I think it's fine.
The Lou is crazy.
Moving on.
And someone did sign off on that.
They did. What do you think about Cleveland Guardians? That's up next.
Boring. Right off the bat.
know, it is a
Boring.
little bit boring.
It's okay. For those at home, just a pure navy blue with big block letters on the front, CLE for Cleveland. Like it seems like it should just like that's an airport code, guys.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just a little boring.
I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry.
So the lettering.
They also have white pants.
The
gray
lettering
pants.
is supposed to, I believe, pay homage to the statues of the Guardians, like
Okay.
on the bridge, and the same thing. The pattern along the sleeve
Yeah.
is supposed to be the same pattern as the statue as well.
I think it's fun when the jerseys have this kind of secretive little like, oh, this is supposed to be that and that's supposed to be this. I want to be able to figure it out for myself low key what it means for your city. But to each their own. I think it's a little boring.
Yeah.
This is such a middle of the road jersey.
They're not obvious enough. I think if you live in the city,
Yeah.
I think it's probably cool.
Sure.
If I'm from Cleveland and I see the Guardian statue design and I see the pattern, or if I'm from St. Louis and I see the flag in the jersey, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
If I'm from Jersey and I'm seeing Cleveland's City Connect uniforms, I just don't get it, and it's not obvious enough. And the CLE is boring enough, and then the hat is dreadful.
Yeah.
The hat is just a normal hat.
It's all just pretty boring. So that means that it's in the middle of the road for me. Okay. So I'm gonna put it at a really solid 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. Detroit Tigers. We talked about this a little bit in our last episode. They have the tire tracks in the middle of the uniform. The pants are the same color as the jersey.
Right.
It's the Motor City.
Like presumed tire tracks. They don't really even fully commit to the tire track bit, in my opinion. It says Motor City, kind of cool. Detroit, Motor City, kind of nice, right? That's what they're known for. Not bad. I would never purchase it.
No. I think it's a little cheesy, and I'm not in love with the pants matching the.
It's a little cheesy. Yeah, it's a little cheese ball.
And
I would rather have the Cleveland ones.
And another thing, they are the Tigers, and nowhere. Like the St. Louis one had Cardinals,
right?
The Cleveland one had the Guardian font.
Like
you don't know.
Like these are the Motor City lug nuts for all I know.
Right. Like,
you know what I mean?
Like
these are the, crazy.
So where are you gonna put them?
Low. I need to see a list of numbers. I'm not good at keeping track.
1 to 25.
This is an 18.
18. Okay. Got you. All right. Let's keep moving. Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh my.
Yes.
What's going on here? I can not even see. Can I zoom in?
Here, let's.
From what I'm gathering, it's a whole lot of.
It's a whole lot of.
It's a whole lot of stuff.
I'm seeing some lime green, some purple, and some gray.
The jerseys.
Well, what's amazing is that it all bleeds into the gray. So from far away, you can't read a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The green is supposedly glow in the dark.
Okay, I was gonna say it looks like they're going for like a neon moment.
Yes.
If I could zoom in, please.
Keep do what you got to do.
I don't mind it once when I see it up close. I fear that on the field you can't see much of it.
No.
Because it's very dark.
A couple of the Easter eggs is you can see on the hat.
Yeah.
It's a ray.
There's a ray, like a sea ray.
But it's also doubling as the bridge.
That's kind of cool.
In Tampa Bay, which is kind of cool.
I do like that.
And then there's another one.
Like that.
I think on the pants or maybe lower on the jersey, there is a stingray riding a skateboard, which honestly
that's fly as hell.
That's honestly kind of cool.
I don't make the rules.
I think the black on black lettering, even though it's outlined, is tough.
It's tough.
But overall, I kind of like this one.
I do too. I think that the color palette is nice. There's just it needs to be more color. From far away, like the first picture that I saw, it's of two players on a field. Could not tell what it was at all. But it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie to you.
I think it's good.
I think that this is number. Is it better than the Lou?
That depends what you like. Do you like flashy?
What's crazy is that it's not even that flashy.
Really?
Yeah, I
Even
think
with the
it's
glow in the
I
dark?
think it's reasonably subdued.
It's got the glow in the dark and it's got the skateboarding stingray.
Like I think that that's fun. I do think
and there
it's-
it is. You just can't.
I do
hard
think
to
it's
say.
better than the Lou. I'm gonna put it at 3.
Interesting.
I'm hoping that there are worse. I hope that these are all worse.
Yeah, I mean, we got to keep moving. So, New York
Mets. Yikes. Let's see these up close. They don't look that bad from first glance, but I'm sure it's worse than I think.
Okay, so
Oh,
they
it's kind of boring again.
my first initial thoughts is the jersey almost looks like PJs.
It does look like pajamas. I think it's the fact that the pinstripes are so far apart and so big that it makes it look like pajamas, which is wild.
So it's got the bridge on the hat.
Okay,
It's got the 7-line train on the sleeve.
sure.
It's got the token. It's
Right.
purple and gray. I'm of course, it probably has something to do with Queens. I'm not.
It doesn't. What's wild is that if you showed that to me, I would be so confused with what team it was.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't if I didn't know anything. It doesn't have any Mets colors on it at all.
Like it looks like the Yankees.
Yeah, it really does.
It's supposed to represent Queens. That's what it's supposed to represent.
Well, Queen, it ain't working.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good. They have white pants. Again, that's good. I'll tell you, on the field watching the Mets games, I think
this would look good on camera.
I think it looks worse on camera.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a gray home jersey also is tough.
It is.
Wearing gray at home is a little bit of a tough sell.
I don't know, and it's boring. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna have to put it lower than Detroit, actually, which is
Really?
kind of wild.
Okay, where are you putting it?
Just below Detroit.
At 19?
19.
New York Mets at 19. All right, moving on. Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay. Philly.
So the lettering is, I believe it's. Don't quote me, but I want to feel like it's something to do with the Declaration of Independence.
It looks
font.
like script.
Yeah,
Like it's
old font from America.
we're looking at a gray. We're looking at it's like blue.
It's blue and yellow.
We're looking at a blue and yellow jersey. It kind of like ombres into darker blue as it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Philly is in an old script type of like the We the People font.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that they have a Liberty Bell right smack dab in the middle of the hat.
The hat is dope.
Yeah, I do like the
I
hat.
think the hat's dope.
I like it overall. I think that the color is cool because I think that the blue in the Phillies, the colors is underplayed usually.
Yeah.
And so I like that they're giving it a kind of a forefront.
Where's the yellow coming from? Is that
If yellow is also in the Phillies.
no?
No?
It's got to do with the city.
Yeah, like the blue and yellow has to do with the city's flag.
Yes.
Oh,
I can tell you that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're looking at these jerseys, it has to do with the city, not really the team, most of
True.
the time.
True.
But where are you putting the Phillies?
I like this one.
Okay.
It says Philly on it. So
I have such
we know exactly
such
what's
hard time
happening.
with the pants. I hate
They match.
I hate the pants being a dark color. Maybe it's the purist in me.
I guess, yeah. I kind of don't mind it. I think that this is number 2. I'm getting scared that I'm ranking these so high.
Yeah, you are like you only have 2 spots left in the top 5, and we're not even close to being done.
That's crazy. I do like it.
Pittsburgh.
Ooh, no,
let's get rid of
not
this
at
quick.
all.
Let's get rid of it quick. It's got
PGH. Puh. Literally, you want me you have your reaction written out for me. Puh.
and
It's pure. It's yellow.
it's a horrible yellow too.
It's yellow.
And I like the Pirates regular uniforms quite a bit. Yeah.
And
I
their-
don't.
And their name font, it almost looks like alarm clock.
Yeah,
The
it
names
looks
on the
like
back
they
of the
put
jerseys.
electrical tape on a yellow shirt. It's bad.
We know a little bit too much about electrical tape, don't we, Mr. Cam?
Yes, we do.
the helmet is equally as boring. Let's move this.
I can't believe it.
Let's get this.
It's one of the worst ones. It's 22.
22. And I'm gonna write.
I like that ranking.
I'm gonna write
Also, none of it has nothing to do with the city except Puch.
It's got a pattern. I'm unfamiliar with the pattern. Listen, guys.
It just looks like the holes.
Like, we are ignorant to a lot of these city connections, and you could say do your research, but we're going on hotness. Okay, we're not going on.
Yeah, we're going on pure curb appeal.
Like, this is hot or not with the jerseys.
You can't
And this one's not.
Baltimore.
Here's Baltimore Orioles.
Guess how I knew that? It says Baltimore across the chest.
Yes.
They have a little sleeve thing going on.
It is very colorful.
Except it's black.
The whole thing is black.
The whole thing is black.
Whole thing's black and white.
They have a little color strips on the sleeves, which
Again,
are interesting.
It's paying homage to the city
Sure.
in some way.
It's boring. Sorry.
Yeah, it says Baltimore in white.
It's clean.
It is clean. I like.
It's clean.
It's clean,
But it's boring.
and it does have the orange
Unfortunately.
logo, Nike logo, which kind of gives way to the Orioles. Where are you putting it?
Honestly, just above the Guardians.
Really? Okay.
Just above Clay. Because I really don't hate it.
right.
It's just really boring.
Okay. Cincinnati Reds.
Cincy.
Black on black lettering.
Black on black lettering, so you can't see it.
The whole uniform is black and red. It's not. It says Cincy.
Yeah, it's just boring.
It's fine.
I don't know what the connection is. I can't really see the sleeve tags except the one that's advertising Kroger.
This sleeve tag is just a Cincinnati Reds logo that looks a little different.
Well, then,
That I'm sure
just
has
kidding.
some connection.
I'm going to put it, again, middle of the road. What's that one slot that's open?
17.
17 is perfect.
All right, moving on. Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
I
I want you to rank this one, and I'll tell you where I would put it.
don't want it to be number one because I don't know if it is, but I like it.
I do.
I like it a lot. Like, I would think about buying this.
Yes, I would buy this one.
Yeah. So I wouldn't hate to see it at number one. I love again, we'll describe it. Blue, which blue's my favorite color.
beautiful blue.
Blue's an easy sell.
It's a
Blue is such
beautiful
an
blue.
easy sell. And it has Seattle on it.
Yes.
Let me describe it for you.
Groundbreaking
It's
stuff.
blue and it says Seattle.
Yeah, this is
It says
so
Seattle
groundbreaking.
in a gold.
Please
I like
make sure
how-
you
I
go
like
to the
how every
YouTube version
other-
of this podcast.
I like how
You're gonna need it.
I like how every other one that says the city on it, I'm like, that's boring. Meh. But this one I enjoy.
The M-
Seattle,
The M is a trident.
so
Really cool.
Yeah, it says Seattle in yellow lettering.
Lose me with the pants.
One thing I want to point out.
Nick
about
doesn't
it,
like the black pants.
One thing I
hater.
want to point out about it is that it says Seattle in all lowercase letters.
It does.
does.
Because Seattle is a lowercase town. And if you get it, you get it.
It's really far away from every other MLB stadium. It's really far away.
Right.
Like, Jesus.
But, they've never been like Seattle. They're like Seattle. Seattle.
Yeah, and they're totally cool. They're chill. Mariners fans are dope. I love Mariners fans
Right.
on Twitter.
Shout out to the Mariners fans on Twitter.
But where are you putting this beauty?
I have to put it at number one.
And that's exactly where I'd put it.
Okay. Yay. Okay. So all the rest of the ones have to be worse.
I like this one.
I have an
a
extreme
lot.
bias. I really do like it. I don't care about the symbolism at all. This next one is going to be crazy.
The good old
The Texas Rangers.
America's team, Texas Rangers.
Don't sue me. I don't hate it.
Okay.
It's white.
It's cream.
It's cream.
It's got to be cream.
It's cream.
Are we saying this?
And it
It's very Texas.
has on one breast area says TX, has the TX.
It's got a star.
It has like a star that looks like a spur off of a boot. And then the other breasticle has the number. And I think it's kind of cool. Like if you were a Texas Rangers fan, bought, hanging in the closet, gonna wear it.
What is that animal on the side?
It
with
seems to
wings?
have a what's the one?
I'm seeing that it's a panther and an eagle, possibly.
Panther and an eagle.
Not the peagle. The Peagle shout out. Crazy.
You know what the saddest thing about looking up this uniform is seeing Jacob deGrom in it, and he has not played in a while. So sad.
Very sad. I'm kind of liking the Peagle. I'm liking this uniform, guys.
It's nice.
I'm kind of sad that I put St. Louis at 4.
St. Louis,
but this is the blind rank.
Honestly, I think Phillies at 2 was unbelievable. But
yeah, I agree.
To each their
Blunder.
Where are you putting Texas?
Definitely at 5.
Okay.
Doesn't deserve 5. In my opinion, it deserves higher.
So these teams where they're not like their team name doesn't mention a specific city, or rather it just says like a state, like Texas Rangers.
That is kind of sus.
That's the interesting thing is like the Mets one is like Queens, but it's in
New York City. Like I see where they're coming from.
Yes,
but like Texas Rangers.
I know.
It's a little England is my city, isn't it?
It's tough because right. you would think it's like it would be like Arlington, Dallas area related, and I'm sure some of the
how exciting
some of the things probably are like the Easter eggs.
That's what I'm reading is that the Peagle it pays homage to their minor league mascots, the Fort Worth Panthers and Dallas Eagles.
Okay.
Okay.
All Texas
the
minor
whole
leaguers.
DFW.
It's kind of just like that area.
I like how their minor league teams are also in Texas. That's a rare thing.
Big state.
Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves. You could have told me that this was the regular Braves jersey, and I would have just been like, sure.
They are very, very similar to their classic uniform.
Yeah.
In color scheme.
You've got a white body, blue sleeves, with on the white body blue numbers, blue the A. They're nice.
Yeah.
They're fine. Like I'll keep it in the top 10.
It's got this little number.
I'll put it at 8.
Gotcha.
I don't hate it. I really don't.
Atlanta number 8.
It's a nice color. Okay.
So we're now on to the San Diego Padres. Last night, Josh and I were watching the Padres play the Yankees, and the Padres wore a very polarizing jersey. Some people think this is the best one. Like, I saw a video on TikTok of this guy interviewing MLB players, and a lot of them said that not only is this one the best one, but it's, quote, nasty.
Well, nasty's right, but in the bad way. I don't like this one.
There's so much going on. It's unbelievable.
And for the Padres, whose color is brown usually. And I like that. I think it's great. I think brown has made a comeback.
Their brown and yellow uniform
brown
is gorgeous.
Before they were
great.
ready, they were navy blue.
Right.
They were, and that was I'll tell you what, pre-Golden Brown Padres uniforms, awful. Oh my God. Best decision they've ever made going back to the brown and yellow. But
it's timeless. It's amazing. It's great.
And
brown.
And please tell me, if anybody's listening from San Diego, I don't think that's true. Does this scream San Diego? Mr. Cam, you're from California. Does this scream California to you?
The one place in California he's not from.
Does it scream San Diego?
Listen, I don't know. It definitely screams like Southern California, like beach.
Yes.
Especially with the font and the colors.
I like the font. Arguably.
The mint green, I'm not really seeing. I would have preferred like more of like a sky blue.
The pink is hella bright and the mint green is bad.
The pink and yellow I kind of see as like sunset and sand.
Yeah.
And maybe even like heat. The mint green I'm having trouble with. It could be just a San Diego thing that I just don't get. You know what I really don't like though? Is the yellow lettering.
The yellow
on the back
outline?
of the jerseys. On the back of the jerseys, their names are in yellow.
Ooh.
Yeah, the back
on white.
And you know what?
Yes.
I don't like? I don't like that. That the number doesn't really have an outline. It kind of looks bad. It kind of looks like it was just slapped on there.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
I just don't like it. It didn't come together the way that I think that they intended it to. The two different sleeve colors.
I think they had good. They had good intentions.
The chopped in half colors of the name San Diego.
I truly believe they had good intentions with the San Diego City Connect jersey because it's trying really hard to be fun. And it's,
that
it
is
is
such a
fun.
good. Oh,
It's
like
fun.
that is such a good
It's
analysis.
different.
Is that
Okay.
I think it really is like, yeah,
I think if
and
you
I'm
took
just
this
like
into
not
the,
here.
into the
you
MLB
know.
The Show like jersey editor,
Like you just can't.
Yeah.
No, this is
it looks like a custom ass
like-
jersey.
like
Oh,
you
like-
could make it so much
like.
better.
Did I make this in 8th grade? Yes.
Would
I
buy
made this
in 8th
online
grade?
in 8th
Yes.
grade. Yes.
And you got a C on it.
Did I think it was cool in 8th grade? Yes. Am I in 8th grade now?
And
Sources will say that I never moved past
If this
that
was a
grade.
project, you would have gotten a C on it too.
Oh yeah,
They'd be like, you forgot your outline and your,
it looks unfinished
anyways.
in the weirdest way. It's
Uh,
just not coming together. So therefore, I'm
yeah.
giving it a solid 20.
damn.
Yeah, sorry, crazy.
Okay. Let's keep it moving. Milwaukee.
First of
Milwaukee
all,
Brewers.
Brew Crew,
Brew Crew.
kind of funny.
Oh, forgot to pause it. Now,
I love the color of baby blue. Love
Yeah.
the color of yellow. It's funny because
it's
we were
great.
like blue and yellow. That's beautiful. Seattle's #1. This is like essentially the same thing, only I like it less.
It's baby blue.
It's baby blue. It's not like a royal blue. The yellow is funny. Brew Crew is wild. Sounds like a really good name for a coffee place.
It's about beer. So
True.
the Milwaukee, the MKE is a little tough.
Is that where is that what they mean by brewers of
Yeah.
beer?
Mhm.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Never put that one together,
Yeah.
folks.
Um,
Saw it here in real time.
there's not too much to talk about. I don't even see that
What
many.
what does the helmet say?
It's MKE
Oh,
Milwaukee.
make.
There's not too much going on here. I don't really see too many Easter eggs.
No, it's
not
fine.
that don't jump out at me.
Right.
So where do you want to put it?
Definitely. It can be 12.
I think that's fair. All right, moving on. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, the Disney-owned mother freakers.
Definitely. Again, if you told me that this was their jersey, I would say yes.
It's classic.
It's classic. It's clean. It's red. Angels word. It says angels on
It's
it.
cream. I like a cream jersey. I think
I do
the
too. I think that they went full. I think that they went for a retro moment.
Yeah.
For sure. So that deserves it. That deserves an 11.
Okay.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. You're just not nothing.
Nothing to see here.
Colorado Rockies. They have mountains on their jersey.
I always want the Rockies to do something good and fun, and then they don't.
You want to elaborate?
Well, it's just like for a team that just their altitude is infamously hard to play baseball in.
It's actually technically easier to hit a home run. It's harder to pitch.
Yeah, so they don't win anything.
Easier to hit a home run's tough. Not easier to hit a home run.
And
it goes further.
It's Colorado, one of my favorites. Shout out Four Corners region, Southwest. We make the world go round.
They have mountains on the jersey.
They do, which we know. We get it.
We know you have mountains.
We know you have mountains.
Cue the Don LaGreca. We
know, like, we
Jose
know.
Reyes beat his wife.
And we know that Colorado has mountains. It's just the way of the world.
There's a lot of things that we know in the world.
Yeah. And it just says Colorado on it, which again, I've never been to Colorado City.
Like we know.
Yeah, and I thought these were City Connect
I just don't get
uniforms,
it.
Not State Connect.
So it's
Listen,
fine.
We know Jose Reyes beat his wife, and we know Colorado has mountains.
Yeah. So number 14 for me.
Number 14.
Boring.
What do you think?
Go ahead, Nick, please.
I think they originally had the green pants, and they went to the white pants.
Good.
Yeah. And you're putting it at 14?
Their uniform kind of looks like, while you're writing that down, it looks like they were going to add another color somewhere in there, but they just ran out of something in their printer.
It looks like it's missing something. It really does look
they're
like
working
it's
with two
missing
colors.
something.
The hat is kind of cool. It kind of looks like a hiking hat, like you buy at a gift shop.
Right.
But it's at 14. Kansas City.
Fine. It's a solid navy with
Couple blues.
Yeah, there's a couple of shades of blue, which again, blue's an easy sell for me. I love blue.
Maybe this.
It has the weird 70s trendy trendy logo font where it's like the lines. You guys totally know what I'm talking about when you see it.
I don't.
Really?
I know what he's talking about.
You don't see that everywhere?
Am I a fool?
I don't know. It's very trendy right now for some reason. It's like the 1970s.
Does it have anything to do with Kansas City?
retro-y. And I don't from my knowledge, no, it could totally. It's fine. Again, nothing much is here. If I was a Kansas City fan, am I mad at this?
No, you can't.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's very nice.
And it doesn't look too far off their normal uniform.
So it gets a 10. It breaches the top 10. I think it's fine.
It's not too far off what like they usually would do. Houston.
Yeah,
Astros,
okay,
baby.
Houston. Space City. When has Houston done anything for space since the 1960s? Can we ask that question first of all?
Have they
Maybe
not?
I'm ignorant. Maybe SpaceX does some things, but I don't recall Texas ever being in the headlines ever again for something space related. I could be wrong. Please prove me wrong right now. We're double checking our resources right now, because I need to know this.
What did you say?
When was the last time Houston was known for a space thing since the space race? Anytime?
I don't know. But I can tell you.
Is NASA headquartered there?
I thought they're in Florida now.
According to ChatGPT.
Because Florida has always been spacey.
According to ChatGPT. Houston hosted the State of Space event in October of 2022. They remain largely deeply involved in space-related activities, largely driven by NASA's Johnson Space Center.
Okay.
Home to Houston Space.
So Johnson Space Center.
Listen,
and I know that they're called the Astros.
Yes.
And I get it.
Space
City.
Space City.
Okay.
Whole uniform's the same color.
They went for the space font. Again, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it.
I know. Just look at the connected SP.
Yeah, like crazy stuff. Blue, orange, you get the picture. Honestly, pretty mid. I wouldn't buy it even if I was an Astros fan.
Okay, and where are you putting it?
8, 13.
You want to hear something crazy?
8, 13.
As much as I despise the Astros with every fiber of my being, this is a top 5 for me.
Really?
I like it.
Okay.
I do like it. I think it's different, and I think it's fine. I think it's cool.
Sure.
I'm not too. I don't love the pattern on the side.
Right.
I'm wearing the beautiful City Connect. Okay, so this is what's awful.
Yeah.
This is what's awful about the Washington Nationals. So their City Connect hat, their actual one, is gray. It's not this beautiful pink. If it was, so this is their normal hat and their normal uniform. There's Juan Soto. Look at Juan Soto in it.
Wow, trader.
This was years ago. So it's got the cherry blossoms, which is really cool.
Yes, love that.
It's gray. The gray again as a home jersey or gray in general is tough, but it complements the.
It complements the pink very well.
Yes, and it's got the cherry blossoms all around the jersey.
I wish. WSH crazy. I wish that the whole uniform was pink.
Very cherry blossom. I mean,
if they went with the cherry blossom pink, it would be the best one.
Some people do think it is the best one, but you want to hear some. Okay, so I want you to put it somewhere.
It's in my top 10.
Okay, where are you putting it?
I'm putting it at. Do I have 6 available?
Yeah, you do.
I'll put it at 6. I think that there is wasted potential.
Would you put it any higher, having known that this one was coming?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
But yeah, you put it at 6. They're actually getting rid of it after this year.
I hope that they do something pink.
Not
to be this way, because I think that the gray is very. Unfortunately, so many of them are gray.
Yeah,
and I don't know why they do that.
Gray with home.
If they go with pink on this, folks, it'll sweep. It'll absolutely sweep.
Flip the colors.
That's literally all they have to do.
All they got to do is flip the colors.
That's all they have to do. Pink with gray Washington lettering.
Like the hat already exists. You're wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like
do you
with
think
that.
this hat is
perfect.
Better, is better?
If that was the uniform, no doubt it would be the first.
Okay. I agree.
Because it like the current uniforms wasted potential. I really hope they listen
Get rid of
to
it and then come out with
me
a better one.
and come out with the better
This was
one.
one of the first ones.
Yes,
They are getting rid
I
of it.
do like.
I don't know if they're getting a new one by getting rid of this one, but it would be kind of nice.
Are they gonna do? Do you think they should do pink pants too?
No,
No,
right,
they should do
the
white.
white pants.
White pants.
The white pants. Or I'd even be all right with gray pants. The Dodgers, Los Dodgers.
Crazy,
Josh,
boring.
looks like a Dodger uniform.
It does. It just has a Los on it, which is wild.
Let's be quick with this. Get this out of here.
What do I have?
23.
Kind of, unfortunately, it's gonna have to be very low
Boring. You can put it at 7 or 9. And then you have 21, 20.
because I don't think it looks bad by any
No,
stretch.
but it's like so.
It is so boring.
Like it's just like the jersey.
But I've put way worse uniforms higher, so I think that I have to put this at 9.
Okay.
It doesn't look bad at all.
San Francisco Giants.
Ooh, not a fan.
No.
Not
stop.
a fan at all. It's white.
It's really
with
white.
a G that is orange at the top and then white at the
Yeah,
bottom.
it's a gradient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. And then the
Not
helmet
good.
is just
Like this is 21 for sure. There's literally nothing to say about it.
what's crazy is Josh is counting on 3 that we haven't seen yet being the 3 worst.
I know, that's crazy. And there's also a number 7 available, which
There
I'm
is a
going to have
number
to be
7.
very careful.
Giants, I think I don't know how these clear the desks.
This one is not good.
Because
I regret putting it that high.
like their jerseys, just like some of these are so much worse than their actual jerseys that I just don't know who's buying this.
yeah.
The Giants uniforms are nice, and this is literally awful.
It's pretty bad.
We haven't moved on. I'll let you move this if you want to move it.
It's okay.
You put it
I'll
at
take
21?
it.
Okay. Yeah, people will probably be mad anyway. So right now we have
Number 1,
Right,
the
at number
Crossfire
1.
XR plasma table.
we just got an
What
ad.
is that?
What does it do?
Is this a sponsorship?
Yeah. Our
Listen.
first sponsor,
From Langmuir
Langmuir
Systems.
Systems.
Sponsor us, Crossfire XR Plasma Table.
Buy it.
You got to upgrade your plasma tables, guys.
Josh's hometown is up next.
Okay. This is exciting.
The Arizona Diamondbacks City Connect jersey.
Okay. So
So it's very snakes.
love that.
So the S,
Serpentines.
yeah, the S in Serpentines is a snake. I like
I like it a lot.
I
I
like
like the
that.
Arizona flag. Very biased. That's a cream if I ever did see it.
Yeah.
It's very yellowy,
I-
sandy almost.
I didn't even notice the Arizona flag the first time that I saw this uniform, but seeing it now, that's a nice touch. what they've
Yeah,
done.
I
And
do
the,
like
and the
it.
snake being the S is really cool.
It's really. I think it looks really, really, really old school with the burgundy number down in the corner.
So let me ask you. This is like the first, because the Yankees don't have a City Connect.
Yeah.
Even if they did, I'm not from New York.
Yes.
Cam's not from San Diego. Does this jersey scream Arizona?
Like, I guess. Unfortunately, Arizona has a lot of stereotype. Like, people always assume desert. I'm from personally a not desert area. I was born and raised in Tucson, which is very desert, but then I moved up to the mountains. It's a really diverse state that people don't really know about, but I also don't understand what serpentines means. I know that it's a snake.
I do want to correct you guys. It says serpientes for our Spanish speaking audience.
I was wondering. I was rolling with what Josh said, but
Does
A
it?
nod to the Hispanic culture in Arizona.
Which of course exists.
you're helping us out with that, Cam. But yeah, I mean, with the flag on there,
It doesn't say serpentines. That's actually really funny. So we're idiots. I'm an idiot.
It is in script.
yes, it is in
Like-
script.
Yes. Okay.
Look, we don't have to.
Cut that out.
We don't have to stay on this for too long.
No.
Would you buy this
Yes, I would.
as a
Really?
I like it.
as an Arizona guy?
I do like it.
Is it taking?
I have to put it at 9.
You don't have 9. You have
7? 7, perfect. Higher than 9.
So I'm just letting you know, by putting this at 7, your next 3 are going to be 23 to 25.
Yeah, they failed. I would get this. I like it. I'm absolutely biased. I think it looks kind of cool.
Chicago.
Oh yeah, totally made the right choice. Don't like this at all. Wrigleyville. Didn't know it was called that.
Where do you want to put this?
Well, I'm gonna have to put it at 20. I'm gonna put it at 24 because it's kind of boring. Navy, Wrigleyville.
Blue on blue
Come
again.
on. Blue on blue.
It really looks like the Royals won, but with Wrigleyville.
Boring.
Chicago.
Perfect. 25.
South side. You don't like this?
No, it's kind of cool.
It's cool.
This
was one of the first ones, if not the first one.
Yeah, I have to put it at 23.
This is cool. It's a shame
it's black and white pinstripe, heavy on the black, light on the white. You get it.
South side.
It says South Side in
Shy
this
on the hat.
script. It does say Shy on the hat. I actually like that they did that because it's in the same format as like the Sox letters would be, but it says Shy.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
And it's a white pinstripe on black jersey, which is cool. If you didn't have to put this,
it gives the aesthetic
if you
of
didn't
the
have
White
to put
Sox.
this at 23, would you put it much higher? Where would you put
I
it?
would. I would put it middle of the road. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not in love.
Okay.
But I think it does what it needs to.
Right. Is the Miami Marlins.
Not bad. I don't think. It doesn't deserve number 25 at all.
No.
This is sad.
I do like this one. I think I really don't know if they did anything.
It looks
wrong.
cool. I wouldn't purchase it.
I have the hat. The Miami, the red one.
Yes, you do.
I do have the hat.
I like how it says Miami on it.
What's this whole? What is that thing? It's a crown.
Yes.
Got that ADT logo on.
The red and then like literally only 5 pinstripes down.
Yeah.
The blue belt is pretty cool. Matches the blue with the rest of it. It does not deserve number 25. I'm sorry about that, but I can't jump the gun on things like this. Just happens.
All right, folks. So with Josh's blind ranking, I know it took a hot minute. Starting from the bottom, he's got Miami. He's got Cubs at 24, White Sox at 23, Pittsburgh, Giants, Padres, Mets, Tigers at 18, Reds at 17, Orioles, Guardians, Rockies, Houston Astros, Milwaukee Brewers, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Royals at 10, Dodgers, Atlanta, Arizona, Nationals at 6, Rangers at 5, St. Louis at 4, Tampa Bay at 3, Phillies at a surprising 2, and I'm in all agreement with you with putting the Mariners.
The Lou at 4.
Now,
1.
Can we give him a wild card? Like he can switch too? Like he can flip them, like flip flop. Like number 3 goes to number 15 and number 15 goes to number 3.
Yeah.
He can make one
If there's
change.
one that you could
Oh,
change, what
God.
would you do? Do you
Like
even
which
remember?
two would you?
I
would you
barely
flip?
remember.
Off the dome.
Which one was really high that I didn't like? I don't really know.
I mean, you're having trouble with the Lou a little bit.
I am, but I don't know what to switch it with.
Um,
Maybe.
I think Cubs and Miami didn't deserve that. No, Miami and the White Sox didn't deserve that treatment.
Yeah, I'm trying to find another one that I liked. I think I might like Miami more than Atlanta at number 8.
Really?
Yeah, but Atlanta also doesn't
Also
deserve
doesn't
25.
It's okay. It's a blind.
It's
ranking.
a hard.
Listen,
it's a lot.
I think for all things considered, I think you did quite well.
Can we do the 10 blind people now?
Do you know?
I've
10
been thinking about that this whole time.
Well,
Do you
do
know-
you know 10 blind people?
No.
No.
Neither do I.
I mean, Helen
More
Keller's-
blind
We'll do that
representation.
next
would be
episode.
good.
Just curious. So I know it may not count because it's not designed after the city, but instead the city's marathon, but the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, we did forget about the Boston Red Sox. There's one more. Surprise, surprise.
Oh.
There's one more. We
It does
forgot
count.
about it. And this one was the first one.
I think it's fine.
Would you?
Oof.
You got to put it at 26.
Controversial.
You got to put it at 26.
Yeah, it's a 26.
Guys, it's my fault. Forgot about
This is the
I
one.
don't like the Red Sox anyway.
This is the one that I remember seeing in the like a sports store and being like,
It's Boston Marathon. That's what
Yeah.
it's for.
we like the Boston Marathon.
I'm not a fan of it anyways,
I'm not a fan.
so I would have put
Yeah.
it at 26. So this was perfect.
Yeah, perfect. And it's forgettable, clearly. Okay. Let's play a game.
Oh boy, game time.
It's game time. Okay. And it's going to be a great time.
Okay.
So, because Mr. Cam is the GOAT, he has, by himself, created this game. Last time I gave him a little too much credit with the game that we made with the superstitions. This time, it's all on him. We're going to see how well Josh knows his Major League Baseball logos.
Uh-oh.
Okay? What's going to happen
Yikes.
is we're going to show Josh logos from various MLB teams, and he's going to have two options. There's going to be a real one and one that Mr. Cam slightly altered to trip up Josh.
Or maybe not so slightly.
Maybe not so slightly or slightly. Essentially, it's going to kind of be like the eye doctor. It's not going to be them side to side right next to each other. It's going to be you see one, go to the other one. If you want to go back, you got to go up. And we're going to see if Josh knows his MLB logos. So
Okay.
to begin,
If you weren't on our visual by now,
Yes.
you got to switch.
see, you could almost get away with the City Connect part if you know the jerseys.
Right.
And you can always look at them afterwards. If you're not watching this visually,
Like if you're driving, that's what cruise control is for. Sorry,
Yes.
just put it on your phone.
and also, guys, they have self-driving cars now. Like we're in 2024, so.
They do.
You shouldn't even have to look at the road to drive anymore.
No.
In fact, don't.
And
If
also,
you're driving, close your eyes.
even if you did, this is much more important. So we're starting off with a banger, okay? We're starting off with something you're familiar with.
Okay. It looks
so
good so far.
We are looking at the Cardinals. Right now, the Cardinals is first up with
It's the bird on the bat.
it's a bird on the bat.
It's the bird
We
on the bat
actually-
that says Cardinals.
Me and you have been to Busch,
Yes.
and we did get to see a brief history of St. Louis Cardinals logos. So I guess we're going to be putting to the test whether or not you remember. So this
Is that allowed in the game? Like, was Cam allowed to go back and choose an old logo and replace it with?
all of these
Like, am I
all-
trying to find the current?
I'll tell you
logo?
what.
These are all current
all
logos.
of the current logo is the correct answer.
Okay.
Always. The current answer is always the correct answer is always the current logo.
Do you know how mad I'm gonna be if it's gonna be like, oh, like he took away one of the wing little lines? Like, do you know how pissed off I'm gonna be if it's that?
How about this, Josh? Why don't we find out? Here's the next one.
Oh God,
So, Josh,
it's a different bird.
paint the picture for the people that are unfortunately
The
not watching on
bird's
YouTube.
Head is different. Go back. Oh no, this is gonna be so bad.
Now, what does Josh get if he gets how many correct?
So-
What's he playing for?
Okay, so I'll tell you what.
Is it another slice of cheesecake?
So we still need to get him the cheesecake, and Josh, mark
Frauds.
my words, Josh will be eating the cheesecake live on air in the next episode. You can
Oh.
bet your ass.
Great.
He's gonna have the cheesecake sitting right here. It's gonna be Reese's peanut butter chocolate cake cheesecake, unless he like suddenly has some sort of change of heart.
He
I
won't.
won't.
Now, Mr. Cam, okay,
There we go.
Cam has actually tested this on our friends, and somebody actually got 7 correctly.
Yeah, shout out Galia, shout out Jana.
Yes. So I think in order to get this prize, you have to get 7.
Okay.
At least.
7 out of.
How many do we have?
We've got 10.
We've got 10.
Oh, 7 out of 10.
You have to get 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Because you have to beat the bar. Okay. Because they know nothing about baseball.
True.
Galia and Jana.
And just by virtue of the game, you have a 50% chance of
Yes.
like anyways because
Yes.
there's two
Right.
choices
So,
each time.
so yeah, I
Okay.
think 7 is fair.
We'll determine a prize.
And I'll
that's
tell
a
you what.
C.
I'll tell you what. People at home listening, if you're still here, let us know what prize you think Josh should get. But anyway, we're back to the Cardinals.
Be
It's this
reasonable.
one,
A knuckle
or
sandwich.
it is this one.
First one's cuter.
What's so cute about it?
I don't know. It's just cute. You know?
This one's
you
not
wanna pet
cute?
it? Yeah, it's like
See, this one's
the
kind of
second one. The second one's a little more standoffish.
The first one almost looks like somebody's reaching at his neck, and he's kind of like, eh. And
The
then
second one is very withholding.
yeah, he looks kind of pissed.
It has to be the first one. If
You
it's
think-
not lame,
You think so? What are you locking in?
first.
And that will be Josh's very first correct answer.
Yes. Okay. Good.
So, Mr. Cam, what'd you do differently with this second one right over here?
With this one, all I did was I replicated an original retro logo for the St. Louis Cardinals football team. I replicated the
Interesting.
angle of the Cardinals' head.
Wow.
So you'll notice it's a little bit more vertical leaning.
Yes.
It kind of gave it the kind of illusion like it was almost like leaning forward
Uh-huh.
and backwards, which I wasn't necessarily happy about, but figured it might trip up Josh. But good job,
It
Josh.
did. That was
Yeah.
difficult. I just went with the first one because it's cuter and I prefer it.
It's a tough one.
I can't tell you if it's going to get harder or easier. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know the order that they're coming up.
Honestly, a lot of them are just
That's scary.
a lot of them are Hail Marys, 50-50 chance.
Literally.
Next one. The
Oh,
Boston Red
God.
Sox.
Those are indeed a pair of Red Sox.
This one's brutal.
So, right now, Josh is seeing a pair of Red Sox
hate.
that you could say their toes are facing the left. So let's look at the second one.
Oh, God.
The
Not a lot of
It's
effort on my part
mirrored.
here.
The toes are facing the right.
See, I could have been really mean and
I
gotten
think-
rid of one of the stitchings on the top of the socks.
Mr. Cam, you know the right answer on this one, right?
Yeah.
I think the toes face the left in the original. I think it's the first one.
Mr. Cam, you want to give him the good or bad news?
I'm going to leave it up to you.
I think you need to do it.
Oh, Nick doesn't know.
Which one did you just guess?
He doesn't know.
He said the left-facing one.
Left facing
So
toes.
the toes.
I know the right answer.
So the socks either create like a forwards facing L or a backwards facing L. Which one are you going?
Backwards.
He's going for the backwards L.
Mr. Josh, that's going to be your first incorrect answer.
No.
I did know that. I wanted
That's quite
Mr. Cam to deliver the news.
That is a crazy amount of work you did.
Yeah, that one took
Pretty
a
lazy.
lot of work.
Tell us the creative process here, Mr.
Listen, as I was saying, I didn't want to go too hard on you.
Yeah, right.
My first thought was to add a stitch mark or get rid of a stitch
yeah,
mark.
see,
on
that's
one of the
that's
socks.
the stuff that
That
I
would
wouldn't
be-
have been here for.
And I was
Nearly
like,
impossible.
at this point, that's just being mean. So I want to give you kind of a toss up.
Okay, yeah, that was a toss up completely.
But now you know that the socks
Yeah.
make an L.
And so far,
They do.
You have a 50-50 split, and you may not be on your way to that prize. Here we go.
Aw,
The good old Baltimore
the
Orioles.
Baltimore Orioles.
So what do we see in this picture right here, Josh?
The Oriole head.
Okay.
It's the Oriole. He's like,
What-
hat. He's wearing a hat.
Okay.
It says O's on it.
That's brilliant. Do you want to take a look at the next one?
Yeah. Aw, he's sad. I could have sworn that he was happy. But that could be that could be Mandela effect.
So what are you seeing in this second one, Josh?
So it's the Oriole, and it has a hat on, says "Oh," but he's rather upset and concerned.
Would you say he's upset, or is he just kind of
He's
like?
just super nooch, actually. He's just just super neutral.
Okay.
He's just like, like
So the other one, he was like,
this one,
And this
like
one,
the
he's
other
like-
one, he's like happy. He's like, and this one, he's like looking at a stranger on the subway next to him. You know what I mean? Like, who's this guy? Go back to the first one. Sorry, I'll close my eyes while you shuffle.
okay, you're back.
This has to be right. He has to be happy. There's no way he's looking all weird at the next guy, right? That's
wanna-
my locked in answer.
You're going for this one?
Yes.
Want to know results? Josh, You're correct.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
you're
Oh my gosh, that
is
second one
happy.
is so
The Oriole is happy. Good news.
best marketing decision that they've ever made.
Yes.
like this would have been pretty funny.
Honestly, can we get a word from our sponsor?
This video is now actually sponsored by people who are bad at playing the
Yeah.
game that they're giving an ad for.
Like
Okay.
this, right? They're on purpose bad. I think it's the whole strat is that
It frustrates you.
it frustrates you, and you're like, I have to download this game to do it because I always get the ones where they're trying to repair an old mansion. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no. What are you talking
It's like a game where you have to repair this dilapidated house, and then like they give you a list of objects to like try to fix the problem, and it's like to fix the leak in the pipe is it the spatula, the wrench, or the pizza, and then
they
it's
choose
like they
the
choose
pizza.
the pizza, and I'm like, that's not gonna fix the leak in the pipe. It's the wrench. But they always, and sometimes they have like the right one, and it's like, oh, like, you know,
I get the ones where it's like a army guy that's like it's almost like running like Temple Run,
yeah,
but it just goes straight. And like occasionally there's these like gates that'll either have plus points or like minus points.
yes,
And they'll like shoot it or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
And
I know what you're
they
talking
just
about.
Do it whatever it is, they do it wrong.
Yeah,
Anything
no,
that they
yeah.
could possibly do, they do
I
it
totally
wrong.
like
Like had they just
Yeah.
let the guy go forward by himself, would have done much
True.
better than what
Oh,
they
yeah.
actually do.
so true.
Okay, we are back. Tough. Google Drive said, let me make Nick's life impossible.
Right.
I had them all in a nice order on my phone. I uploaded them all to Google Drive, and somehow, some way, the first 3 ended up right next to each other, and then the rest of them did not. So now we're looking at the San Francisco Giants.
All right, Josh,
Okay.
you're 2 and 3, 2 for 3.
Yeah.
This is a
right
logo that I'm not particularly familiar with.
I'll tell you what, we were inspired to do this when we were sitting in Newark Penn, and we saw all the logos just on the wall.
Interesting.
Yeah, waiting to get to Josh's graduation.
Yes, waiting for your
from
graduation.
college.
Anyway,
From
this is
kindergarten.
this is the Giants.
Okay, interesting.
So
Baseball in the background, the word Giants, believe it or not, in the foreground.
and
Can't wait to see what this next one.
do you want to see the
Looks
the-
believable.
Do you want to see the next one?
I do.
What do you see here?
Oh my god. The threads of the baseball in the background are going they're the threads in the first picture were vertical, the threads in the second picture are horizontal.
Okay, so the second ones are horizontal,
Go back to the first one.
and these are vertical.
The baseball simply got turned. Go to the second one.
I think you have found the difference. So good job.
Go to the first one again. Okay, go to the second one.
Wow.
I believe that the original logo is number 2 with the horizontal threads.
Are you locking that in?
I am.
And you would be absolutely correct.
Good.
You are now 3 for 4. How did you know that one?
Yeah, how'd you know that one?
I noticed that the shadowing on the ball is a little bit better received on the second one.
Okay.
The shadowing did not translate as well on the first one. Had me fooled though. It was a
tough one.
toss up, and I just don't know the Giants logo like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. Good on you for that was a great observation.
Thank you.
Now we're moving on to so Josh is 3 for 4. He's got 3 right.
Yeah.
So far he's looking good for the random prize. Now we're moving on to the New York Metropolitans. Here's number 1.
Okay.
Okay, what are you seeing so far?
Baseball, everything inside the baseball, you have the New York City skyline, the words Mets, and the Brooklyn Bridge. Is that what that's supposed to be?
I don't know.
I think so.
Okay.
Do you want to see the next one?
Yes. Go back to the first one. Okay.
So what are you seeing with this second one?
The skyline's different.
Are you sure?
I would
Go back to the first one. Yes.
Skyline's different. All right, I'd agree with you. The skyline's different. What's different about this one?
It's fuller.
Okay, then this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially what we're seeing is number 1 has less buildings,
Yeah.
and number 2 has more buildings. The
That's
thing
so
that
odd.
the thing that Josh has to do right now is decide what skyline of New York is the correct.
Oh no.
Skyline.
Go back. Okay. Go to the next one. Oh my gosh.
Does Josh know his New York City skyline?
The second one is so weird. I don't understand a lot of the buildings in the second one. Go back to the first one.
See, what sticks out to me,
Is the Chrysler building in the first one.
where do you see that?
I think it's supposed to be that one.
But that has to be the Chrysler building.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
I guess. It doesn't really look like it.
You think this looks more like the Chrysler building than...
Yes.
Really?
There are 2 tiers that lead up to
So
the
what's
part.
that?
Oh, no. It does look like the Empire State Building in the middle, but go back to the first one. It's there as well. So that doesn't help me at all.
No. So what do you think?
Go back to the... I don't know why the first one seems better to me. It seems way too busy, the second skyline. How are we feeling? I'm locking in. It's the first one.
I mean, it's up to you.
It's the first
You're
one.
going with the first one?
Yes.
You're murdering everything.
I'm right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, good.
So Josh is now 4 for 5, and we're getting a little worried. Now we're sweating.
I feel like I should have made this harder than I did.
It's not your fault. There's a 50-50
It's not-
chance. Josh
right.
is still a loser.
I'm the son of an artist. What can I say?
He's a painter's kid.
I am. My
What?
father is an artist, did a lot in graphic design.
Okay.
Oh, do I have to? I'm looking away.
Okay, so
Okay, this is going to be wild.
here is the Diamondbacks logo.
Okay.
It's the A.
It is the A.
It has the snake teeth,
Snake
the
teeth
fangs.
and the diamond portion down one of the sides of the A.
That's correct.
Yeah.
it
So
sure
let's
does.
let's look at the number 2.
That's actually very fascinating. Go back to the first one.
So what are you seeing, Josh?
So the orientation of the A has changed.
How so?
One side is straighter than the other.
Okay.
It's given a little it's a sassy A,
You
as
think-
I like to say.
You think one is straighter than the other?
Yeah, like that is much more of an angle than the verticaler one. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think they're leaning. They're both leaning.
Sure,
Like-
they're both leaning a little bit, but one is leaning more than the other. It's
Okay.
not. It's not a perfectly symmetrical A.
I beg to differ, but
That's fine.
I don't know if that helps.
It
or
doesn't.
makes
It doesn't
worse.
help me at all. Number 2 is the correct one.
You're right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this one isn't
That's
leaning. It's not
so
leaning more.
interesting.
They're just mirrored.
I think it's an optical illusion with the way
it probably is an optical illusion, but
triangles.
I think that this side is much more slanty than that side.
I think it just looks like that. I mean, this is really slanty. But, what are you, 5 for 6 now?
I mean, how did you
Crazy.
know that one was correct?
Because I've seen it my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. It was a little bit of a...
I do know that. That just looks weird.
Okay.
So
Dang,
I'm used to
Josh.
that one.
Okay.
The Walgreens team, the Washington Nationals. I always thought this looked like the Walgreens W.
Right. So here is the Washington Nationals logo. Would you like to see number 2?
I would. Did you use the Walgreens W in the first one?
Or did I use it in the second one?
You used it in the first one because the second one is correct. Is that true?
You're wrong.
I'm wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay. That's so funny.
Oh my God, this is so
That's
easy.
so
No.
funny.
All right, we're gonna have to do a round 2.
No,
with some-
this
with
is
some harder
this is
ones.
really this is a great game because it's really I'm operating like 80% brain power, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But that's so funny because I did always associate the Washington Nationals W with the Walgreens W. Is that what you did here, Cam?
It's yeah,
Yes.
and it's really,
That's genius.
it is really fun. The Walgreens, it looks really cartoony for some reason. Oh, the Walgreens one.
It does.
This one looks a little bit more profesh.
I guess.
But-
it doesn't even look like a W the more that you stare at it.
This one?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like
Looks like a Z
Right.
almost,
Like a person
and like
kinda.
it looks like it was supposed to be like a snake.
Yeah.
um,
It looks like it needs an eye right there, and then it can be like a little worm.
the good news is you're 6 for 7.
Okay, good.
The bad news is we're not done.
I know.
Oh,
God,
so
these are
you-
probably going to be so much harder.
These next 3 could
Could
shake your
end
world.
me?
Yeah.
I need
Oh
you to,
no.
I need you to get
I have to
your,
focus.
Minnesota. Minnesota Twins.
Minnesota Twins, Twin Cities. That looks like the logo right off the bat.
Okay, so it says T and it's got the
C. All right. Let's go to the next one.
I'm sorry. You're going to change the picture, Nick. It looks the exact same. Go back to the... Switch it again. No. This is
so
a
good.
prank.
This is so good.
Go...
Okay, take a
You're
good look
gonna
at
have
it.
to-
Take a good long look at
I
it.
thought that I was.
Do you see it? Okay?
Let the record show that nothing has changed.
I
No,
hope there's
okay,
no
go back
zooming
again.
in. That should be a rule that was established long ago.
Switch it again. Switch it again. Okay, I see what...
Okay.
No, switch it again. I don't think I caught it.
Look at it.
Okay, switch it again. I understand.
Do you know what's going on?
The T's going through the C, but in the second one, the C's going through the T.
Yeah. Pretty much.
C's going through the T.
No, the T's going through the C
The
in the
T
second
is always
one.
going through the C.
Yeah. It technically is.
It-
Yeah.
Okay,
It's always going through the C.
that's so weird. So this is going to be a Hail Mary.
Do what you got to do.
How would they do this?
Do what you got to do.
That
bro.
one looks better to me for some reason. Go to the first one again. Yeah, I don't know why they would put... They have to have the T going over the C on top, and then the bottom, the C's coming through the C. Just with how you say Twin Cities, I want the T to be in front, therefore I will be going with the second logo.
This one?
No, second one.
So the first one.
Sure, the first one. T's over the C on top.
All right. You wanna let them know, Mr. Cam?
Josh, you've had a good run, but you're still going. I mean, you're right.
Oh, I won.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got 7 so
Okay,
far.
good.
So
I think
let's
I
see.
peeked there a little bit.
Let's see if you
Yeah, a
can-
little bit.
if
Got
you-
excited.
Yes. So great. Josh has gotten 7.
Yay.
This game is
You don't
incredibly.
seem that excited.
This
for
game is
me.
incredibly easy.
Maybe I'm just smarty.
I'm just kidding.
Josh is so wise.
But I'll tell you what. Let's see if he can beat Jana and Galia.
True.
So
The girlies.
here is the Miami Marlins.
Interesting.
What's so interesting?
Nothing.
And here is
Huh?
the Marlin again.
Okay. Go back. Go back. Okay, so he's singing in the second one.
Yeah, he's singing.
He's singing. So in the first one, he's been silent. He looks so sad. So
He
it's
looks
the
sad.
Marlin
He's
with
just got his mouth closed.
the baseball threads, and then it says Miami.
Yes.
He looks really. In the second one, he also looks sad, but his mouth is open.
That's true.
Yeah, his mouth is open. That's the main difference.
Oh, he looks so much more sad though in the first one.
I'm not picking up on the sadness for either one.
I don't know if he looks sad in either. I think like this one he's kind of like
I see your argument though for him being
this one he's
sad.
kind of like
This one, he's very sad.
like
sad. is like
Downturned face.
his cheeks have a downturn
Yeah.
period.
Aw. It makes me feel bad for him.
You know what? The original Marlins designers,
I
no matter what I did, he
I
was
don't
gonna look
recall
sad.
if the mouth was ever open. But I don't remember it being closed and him looking that sad. I haven't been going with the sad animals this entire game, and so I'm gonna go with the less sad one. So his mouth must be open.
Which one are you?
I'm going with
way
the open.
is the right one,
Yes.
and you're right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Okay, so you're correct. He's now gotten 8 out of 9, and we have one final one.
8 out of 9. There weren't 10.
You have 8 out of 9 so far. There's one more.
Oh, probability. So true.
Look at Cam.
Hey, Josh, how's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, you are doing great. You've got 8 out of 9.
Thanks.
You've got whatever that is. Do you think I can calculate 8 out of 9 in my head right now?
Okay, we have it.
It's 0.8 repeating. Aren't you proud of
Nice.
me?
That is nice.
Whose logo is this, Josh?
The Toronto Blue Jays.
Great.
Go to the next one,
How about a please?
please. Oh no. They're flipped. Perfect. This Blue Jay is perfectly neutral in mood. I
You
want to
think
start off by saying,
In both?
yeah,
Yeah.
not happy nor sad.
Yeah.
Just here to play some damn baseball.
Another nooch, you might say.
I
Another news.
it has to be facing right. So this one is correct. I don't think it's facing
Okay.
left in real life.
So Josh is going with the one with the beak facing towards the right, and unfortunately, you will not be going home with 9 points. You'll be sticking with 8.
Oh, really? He faces left.
Yeah, he
Facing
does
left.
face the left.
Dang. That's so weird.
Let me tell you what. Hard game, incredible.
Hard
like,
game.
Hard
Yeah,
game.
hard game.
Looking at these, I've looked at these my whole life. Some of them still confuse me. Looking at them, I won't lie to you. 50-50 chance is tough. Maybe next time we'll have Cam get back into the sweatshop and do 3. Just so that there can be 3 options. What do you
very,
think
very, very talented.
about- yeah,
Photoshop.
he put this together
Like
really
those
quickly.
look all official. I think that they should all adopt their Bizarro logos.
Listen, I just want to point out that the graphic designer in Josh to say that the T should be in front of the C for the Twins.
Just what a pull.
for that. I wasn't even
I've
thinking
been
about
raised
that.
by a
Like,
graphic
that
designer.
was
There are certain things that you have to do with marketing to make it make sense.
I mean that's just an unbelievable thought.
yeah. I was like the way that my jaw dropped when he
It's-
said that. I was like, oh no. Like,
Twin cities, the T has to be forward front facing of the C, or else it just doesn't make sense.
See, that would never have crossed my mind. And you know what else wouldn't have crossed my mind? The goddamn shadow of San Francisco.
like
Just
yeah,
look-
I mean,
Especially
like,
because
Like it was supposed to be there.
because the correct answer for San Francisco was the horizontal seams,
Which I wouldn't have thought.
which when you hold a baseball, you like
You usually do a vertical.
well, you really when you're holding a baseball, you don't like see it from that way. But like looking at a baseball, I feel like you
Yeah.
would look with the seams vertical, not
If
horizontal.
I was designing a logo, I would not have chosen horizontal threads.
like I'm still not even sure where this shadow on the baseball, like you're
It's-
talking about.
it's
it kind of looks like dots.
yeah, it's these little dots.
Oh, okay.
And like it goes all the way around the baseball in the altered one. In this one, it makes the shadow like it should
Yeah.
be in the logo. With the horizontal threads, which took me by surprise. The skyline, the fact that it was so busy turned me off to
Okay.
it. More
Yeah.
simplistic made more sense to me.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It was very fun. I enjoyed this game.
I'm gonna have to get back in the lab and use my brain this time.
I enjoyed this game a lot.
I thought I was gonna have to give you some crutches here
also,
with the
the-
Orioles and the
the happy
and
animal
Nationals.
the happy animal tactic works.
I'll tell you what. You did go happy animal.
I did and did it